letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yani had to buy, Yani had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. He had a week off last week, now ready to get moving again after the bye. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles coming up next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. Pulls it in at the 13, and the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old, and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's going from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
So now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Ferguson. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. 2nd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so than when guys came through when I came through.
And also just the way, in particular with him, Charles, how he handles himself in meetings, just so professional, mature. Looks like he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, he cares about the game. He cares about his performance, and it's showing.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, and Next Gen Stats says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
One play has him up past the 40 already at another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. He'll get this up to about the 44. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Eagles at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction here. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
$3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. He's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This from 32 yards away. The So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the
a little bit.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Desmond King back deep. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you, get that taste out of your mouth. because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Returnable here from the 38. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here's Aaron Sipos now. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up the 1st down. You know, I'm thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles. For years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots. and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They'll look to throw again. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Back to throw again. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So now on fourth down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll drop to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving once again from our gang here in Orlando to yours. We'll get back to AT&T Stadium in a minute, but first, Let's take a look at what's coming up later this holiday weekend. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the New York Giants. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Carolina Panthers and the Tennessee Titans. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They start on the ground with Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, and they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll set up a throw. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Back to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or two short.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And it'll be fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now on fourth down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Now this throw caught left side. He's got room at the 30.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Eagles are back within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 10th carry now for Elliott. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 4 yards out.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. The Cowboys on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Here's 2nd and 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 2nd and 3. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. And now it's 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The kick by Elliott is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2nd and 4.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick-6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Elliott now to have the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick-6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. 2nd and 11. Back to Elliott, and he's got him again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Room here to run.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year.